So whenever I do an author visit at a school, teachers and students alike will often ask me, Mr. Skead, where do you get the ideas for your stories? So I always tell them, for many people, the big ideas happen when they're in a very special place, the bathroom. So let's just say the shower or the bathroom. And for me, ideas come to me almost anytime, any place. I always have to be ready to get a big idea. And one cool idea happened for me when I bought a vintage wooden baseball bat. I always wanted to own a old wooden baseball bat. But as you may know, if you follow the sports memorabilia marketplace, sometimes they can be really, really expensive. So I've been looking on eBay for one for a long time. And then one day up popped this bat on eBay. And this is a over 100-year-old Spalding. You can see it's got the old Spalding logo on it right there. And it's actually an Al Spalding model bat. So the guy who created the company was also a former Major League Baseball player. And this was his model bat. So I got this bat for $100, which I thought was a pretty amazing price to pay for it. And when I took the bat out of the corrugated box, I was pretty much mesmerized immediately by its kind of brown patina. But then I saw on the bottom of the bat these three initials carved there, REM. So I started wondering, well, who was REM? Was his name Robert like mine? And what if he grew up to be a famous Major League Baseball player? That would certainly make this worth a whole lot more than the $100 I paid for it. So right then and there at that moment, when I had that thought, I got a huge idea for a story. And this bat generated an idea which became Hitting Glory, a baseball bat adventure. This is a story about a little boy named Lou. And one day at school, he finds an old wooden baseball bat too, behind a dirty, dusty shelf. And when he dusts off the bottom of that baseball bat, he sees two initials carved there, the initials LG. Then he takes a step further and he remembers the most famous person who went to his school was the New York Yankee first baseman Lou Gehrig. So he thinks he might have Lou Gehrig's bat from when Lou was a kid at his school, which would make that a very, very special bat to own. So he teams up with the school's librarian to somehow try to prove that that bat once belonged to the pride of the Yankees. And then when he starts using that bat in his Little League games, he becomes an amazing hitter. Whereas before he had that bat, he really stunk at baseball. So you'll have to read the story to find out, or read the book to find out what happens more in the story. But this is just a great example how ideas can happen to you anytime or any place. And for me, the purchase of one of my favorite objects right now in my collection generated a great story. So always be ready to get your big, big ideas.